Today on Softball 360, presented by the ASA.
The Bombers battle it out in Cincy. Who comes out on top? I'm Carly Applin, and we'll take you to all the action.
Round 2 of the Stadium Power Tour from the home of the Reds in Cincinnati. Easton's Brian Wegman takes on Mican's Kevin Flip Philby for bragging rights in the Buckeye State.
It's a bad time to suck today.
Venus Taylor reports from the NCAA Women's College World Series as a national champion in softball will be crowned. Later, the ladies of Team USA take the challenge. Get down and crank it up. Softball 360, presented by the ASA, starts right now.
Excited to bring you the news, features, and the how-to.
All right, it's time to get it on.
Welcome to Softball 360, presented by the ASA. I'm your host, Carly Applin, and today the Stadium Power Tour heads to the banks of the mighty Ohio River, where a one-of-a-kind home run derby is happening at the home of the Reds. Some of our long-haul Bombers call this home, and we've got a preview.
Along the banks of the muddy Ohio River, the site of round 2 of the ASA Stadium Power Tour, Cincinnati and Great American Ballpark. Connecting Ohio and Kentucky is the John Roebling Suspension Bridge that inspired the Brooklyn Bridge. Great American Ballpark has been the Reds' home since 2003 and continues to receive solid reviews from ballpark aficionados for its classic mix of old-school design and new-age trends. The light towers are in the toothbrush style of the Reds' first park, Crosley Field. A rose garden blooms on the spot where Pete Rose's record hit landed to beat Ty Cobb's mark in the old park. Attached to Great American, the Reds Baseball Hall of Fame. Built on the old location of Riverfront Stadium, a dream come true for fans who treasure the early days of the Red Stockings, baseball's first professional team. The current exhibit at the Hall features Cincy's hometown heroes, players who are the kings of the Queen City. Team Easton's Brian Wegman knows the feeling. Wegman grew up here and calls Cincinnati home.
It's always fun. Nerve-wracking, but it's fun. We probably have about 50 people here in a group up on the little party deck. So it's, yeah, I'm antsy.
Wegs lives the softball life. He owns a major softball complex north of town with several fields and a clubhouse restaurant. It's never easy to play in your hometown as friends and family are all on deck.
I don't mind making a walk of shame, but I don't want my friends and family to have to make the walk of shame out of here as well.
Wegs has logged 7 seasons on the Stadium Power Tour and along the way earned league-wide props and praise.
I think everybody knows in this sport that he's one of the few that can do everything. He plays at pretty much any position he wants, and he hits it as far as anybody, and he can hit it down.
He brings in a consistency as well. He hits them as far as anybody on the tour, if not further. The guy's a freak athlete.
He's definitely probably the prettiest guy on the tour. He's got, you know, people bag on him a lot for his hair, but, you know, I think it's all jealousy. I mean, his hair is, I've never seen anything like it. And it could be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 8 o'clock in the evening, 8 o'clock in the morning. Wegs' hair is always on point. It looks like he just got out of the shower.
Team Easton won the coveted Manufacturers Cup last year, and the road to a repeat starts right here in Cincy.
I thought 2 years ago was the best bat, and then last year I wound up falling in love with last year's. And this year already, this bat's outperforming last year. So I got no excuses if we don't perform on a Bombers tour.
Today, Wegs has amped up the pressure as he takes on fellow Buckeye Kevin Flip Philby in the Battle of Ohio. Who will own the bragging rights to being the best home run hitter from the Buckeye State? Stay tuned.
We'll have all the action from Cincy a little later in the show. Now, if you have an amazing play or a blooper caught on camera, we want to see it. Share it with us on Facebook or at softball360.com. More to come on Softball 360. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, much more than great softball at the College World Series. Venus Taylor shares some softball vacations, hairstyles, and what might be the all-hat first team. Softball 360 is brought to you by ASA USA Softball, the national governing body of softball in the U.S. By Easton Sports, there is a difference. The difference is Easton. By Miken Sports, elite equipment for the elite player. Miken Sports. By DeMarini. Upgrade your game with the DeMarini Stadium CL22 and Flipper Aftermath. And by OfficialGear.com, the one-stop shop for umpires and officials.
Welcome back to Softball 360. The NCAA Women's World Series heads to Oklahoma City, where our feature reporter Venus Taylor has all the action.
Dateline, Oklahoma City, the NCAA Women's College World Series. The big show begins at the Hall of Fame Fields. Time to determine the best college softball team in the USA.
Here we are at the Women's College World Series. The sun is out, the grass is green, and it's going to be a great day. Let's check out Game 1 and Game 2, Florida versus Baylor, and Florida State versus Oregon. Let's get after it.
Before the first pitch, breaking news. The ASA and Oklahoma City have partnered with the NCAA, and the Hall of Fame Fields have been selected as the host site for the next 20 years.
It's an amazing feeling to be able to know that this event's here for that long period of time. Oklahoma City is a mecca of softball because of the play on the field, but everyone else around that helped and supported.
The iconic Hall of Fame field is about halfway through a major overhaul. Venus and the Softball 360 crew savored a behind-the-scenes tour and the opportunity to step on the field where champions are crowned.
It's been a work in progress, but about everything here has been redone and rehoned, and I think the way we're seeing the game played here this week, so far, knock on wood, the bounces have been true and everything's worked out really well.
While the game is the lead story, there's so much more to the experience at the World Series.
In here you'll find the vendor row where they'll show you all the latest and greatest products. You can test bats, try on gloves, meet with USA national team players, and get tips of the game.
They love our home run derby because they can go out and try and hit as many home runs, obviously. And, you know, kids are kids. They like to have competitions. And, you know, oh, I had more home runs than you did, whatever. And also, like, the speed pitch is huge because, you know, nothing tells more than your score.
Team USA stopped in for a demo, autograph session, and shared some softball secrets on how they play the game.
You know, I tried to make sure that I worked harder than anybody else, and I didn't give myself an excuse to, you know, not practice, to not do well, to not train, to not push, you know, even when I was tired and, you know, just didn't really want to go out. I just kept working through it, and I think you just have to have that grit.
All this softball can make you hungry. Good timing for Venus. From barbecue to an Oklahoma original, the Onion Burger, all manners of mouth-watering meals.
It's not just about softball here, it's about the snacks and the whole experience. I've come across cinnamon glazed almonds. We have all kinds of flavors, even the coconut. It's like a vacation here.
Fan dedication extends to hairstyles and even a softball dance. The games may be hours away, but the tradition of tailgating is all part of a softball vacation.
How long have you been coming to the Women's College World Series?
Since 1999.
I've been coming for 8 years. She's been coming for 14.
It's our 5th, my friend's 9th.
Everybody is here just to watch softball and have fun. The best softball in the world. Florida!
Florida! Florida! And the Gators did not disappoint.
How big of a fan are you?
This big.
How long have you been coming to the Women's College World Series?
About 15 years.
15 years. Is this the year for the Gators? Are you giving them a
Next
little
week,
extra?
Venus hangs out with the fans of the national champs as they get their gator on. And we'll visit with Team USA as they take in the World Series.
Thanks, Venus. Now stick around, softballers. More ahead on Softball 360, presented by the ASA.
When Softball 360 returns, a packed and rocking Great American Ballpark is waiting for the ultimate home run derby show as round 2 of the Stadium Power Tour is ready to roll. And later, check the rule book for this one as ladies of Team USA get ready to take the challenge.
So do you know what it takes to be the best softball team in the nation? Here's the latest as we count down to the ASA Super.
To get here, only the biggest, baddest, and best need apply. This is the ASA Super National, softball's top level, competing for the national championship. Last year, the best of the best met at Midway Stadium in St. Paul, Minnesota, and the game action lived up to the hype. Over the wall, say goodnight. That is all she wrote. Congratulations, Hortonbach Auto Easton, the 2013 ASA Super National Men's Slow Pitch Champions, and it ends in fitting fashion. The Super is back, and for an update, Venus Taylor sat down with ASA Executive Director Craig Kress.
We just found more teams and more players wanted us to offer that upper event, so that a team can bring their 10 or 11, 12, 13 best players, play against another team with the best players. So last year, we brought it back and went to Minnesota. We were fortunate enough that we had 8 teams in our first year back. The guys really liked it. The 8 teams that participated in it really enjoyed it.
This year, the ASA Super moves to LaGrave Field in Fort Worth, Texas, home of the Fort Worth Cats. It's a field with plenty of history. Let's start with the legends of the game that have played here. Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, Hank Aaron, Joe DiMaggio, just to drop a few names. And the list goes on and on. 50 members of baseball's Hall of Fame have played at LaGrave. LaGrave is named after one of the park's original owners, dates back to 1926, and over the years has survived floods, fires, and financial hard times. Today, the original dugouts have been incorporated into the design. LaGrave remains the only ballpark in America with 4 dugouts. A Super Softball weekend is ahead this summer, August 22nd and 23rd at Fort Worth, Texas. For more info, log on to softball360.com.
It takes a lot of determination, practice, and a little luck to make it to the ASA Super, but how about the ASA USA Challenge? A timed event putting the teams to the test with some odd challenges on the softball field. Take a look.
Hi, I'm here with Jessica Moore from the USA National Team, and we're here today doing a little challenge. Jessica, what is your strategy?
You know, it's somewhat of a secret, but you know, I think I'm going to throw it underhand and we'll see how that works out for me.
Ah, the pitcher always has a little special weapon.
Yeah, we always have something up our sleeve.
Jess, are you ready?
I've been getting loose all morning, so we'll see how this works out.
Ready, go!
Great job, 34.5. I just got that in from the judges. You are now in the lead. What was your strategy?
You know what, I think that underhand strategy worked for me. You know, I was able to be on my target, so hopefully that sticks through.
Absolutely, I guess that's why they want a quick release from the pitcher.
I guess so.
Great job.
Thank you.
For full stats and to see who's in the lead, head over to softball360.com. More to come, don't go anywhere.
Just ahead, round 2 of the Stadium Power Tour. Teams Easton, Combat, Mikan, and DeMarini all queued up and ready for some big-time blasts before a sellout crowd. Softball 360 is brought to you by ASA USA Softball, the national governing body of softball in the U.S. By Combat Sports, not all bats are created equal. By Evil Sports, the best softball on the planet is evil. evilsports.com. By bpathletics.com. For the best service and price, bpathletics.com. By softballcenter.com, the site for major softball news. And by officialgear.com, the one-stop shop for umpires and officials.
Welcome back to Softball 360 presented by the ASA. It's time now for round 2 of the Stadium Power Tour, a huge Friday night slugfest at the home of the Reds. Batter up.
A sellout crowd is on edge for round 2 of the Stadium Power Tour at Great American Ballpark. Now each slugger gets 15 swings. Each swing is worth 1 point, except the last pitch, known as the money ball. It's worth 2 points and could be the margin of victory. Leading off, the G-Man combats Chris Greiner. Much has been made of G-Man's intimidating appearance. At 6'7" and close to 300 pounds, he wins most stare downs. But as a softball player, he is pure power at the plate. He swings like he means it. And there it goes. Out of here. Upper deck jam shot beyond 400 feet. Pitcher Gary Jost sends evil softballs in, and they come out, shot from a cannon. On the money ball, you can take it to the bank. 12 points. Combat takes the early lead. Easton's Scott Kirby steps up and makes it interesting right away with his quick swing. Curbs was drafted by the Brew Crew and knows what it takes to go deep into the yard. Swing after swing, Curbs is getting it done, big time. Curbs takes aim at himself on the massive Jumbotron, and there it goes. Another upper deck jam shot. Check out Curbs' swing in slow-mo. This is textbook form, folks. Curbs sends this one to the moon. And on the money ball, cha-ching. 11 points and a great performance, but Curbs is sitting in second place. It's quick draw time. Combats Johnny Quick Draw McGraw, a seasoned vet who fears nothing and nobody. Quick Draw starts with this massive mammoth mighty blast. Johnny Mac is on the loose, sending another one to the upper deck. We're talking beyond 450 feet. Fans are loving their evil softball souvenirs. Craw enters the money ball and is in a good spot. A homer gets him to 10. Does he make it? Just listen.
God dang it!
Time now for the Battle of Ohio. Vikings' Kevin Flip Philby hails from Delaware, Ohio, and drove to the game. His short commute put him in a good mood. The hefty lefty is dripping with sweat and confidence. Gadzooks! A colossal crushing blast to right field. 4 rows from leaving the park. Flip tags one after another. Tag that one, #Showbomb. Flip is a former champ who's putting the Mikan product to the ultimate test, and it's delivering solid hits. Flip ends the day with a titanic 12 points and tied for the lead with Greiner. Easton's Brian Wegman must seize the moment. Wags has to make up some ground and does not mince around. His whip-like swing utilizes some of the quickest hands in the game. Wags is 3 for 4 and climbing. One after another, 7 for 8, and upper deck bound. The hometown hero has the crowd behind him, and can nothing stop him? down to the last pitch, the money ball. He needs this to win the Battle of Ohio, and then, yes, 13 points. Wags wins it on the last pitch. Talk about epic drama.
13's a lot better, I think. I think it was 13. That felt good. I'd like to have 2 swings back, though.
And here are the final standings from Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Ryan Wegman will remember this one for quite a while.
It came down to the last pitch, and Wags takes Ohio home. I have a feeling it's going to be a great season of the ASA Long Haul Bombers Stadium Power Tour, but it is going to come down to that final in Fort Worth, Texas on August 22nd and 23rd, and we hope to see you there. That's all the time we have for you today on this episode of Softball 360. Send us your story ideas by liking us on Facebook or following us on Instagram and Twitter. And of course, get up to date at softball360.com. I'm your host, Carly Applin, and as I like to say, get out to the park and play.
Next week on Softball 360, it's a Southern Fried Slugfest as the ASA Stadium Power Tour heads to Atlanta and Turner Field. Venus Taylor hangs out with the ladies of Team USA as they get their game on. These stories and more next week on Softball 360, presented by the ASA.